property data form. This is what the transaction coordinators use to input properties into the multiple listing service. I'm gonna go through every single part of this with the seller, either on the phone as I'm filling it out in SkySlope or in ZipForms, or in person. Preferably, we always do listings in person, if at all possible. It is much better. You're in the house typically, right? You're gonna meet the client where they're at. You're in the house, and then you're able to ask all the questions and look around. So, okay, I got your zip code here. Subdivision name, lot size. Are there any additional parcels? Sometimes there's 2 lots, sometimes there's 3 lots. Okay, and then based on the listing agreement, right? Because I do the pamphlet, the real estate pamphlet, I do the disclosed limited agency agreement, then I do the listing agreement, and then we do this. That's the order I always follow. So once we're in the details, okay, from the listing agreement, we're listing for 500. That's today's date. You said you'd have the house clean by next week, so in 2 weeks is the projected active date. We can always go sooner, just not later. 6 months down the road, yes, we represent. It is an exclusive right to sell. It's a percentage, and we offer 2.5, or we offer 3, or whatever it is, right? Line by line, you go through this with your clients. This is how you do a listing, right? Because what you don't talk about will be a problem. Residential, I got 3 beds, 2 baths, 1 half bath. Is that correct? This is my conversation with a client. Perfect. You do have a garage. I got a 2-car garage, 2,500 square feet per the assessor. I'm showing it was built in 1991. Got your name here, and you guys are also occupying it. This is my phone number. All showings are gonna go through me, and then I'm gonna call you to confirm whether or not we can show it. Do you prefer call, text, or email? It's not rent, it's not new construction, elementary, high, and middle. So this comes with a customer service packet, but confirm with them. Okay, got your zoning, got your property taxes, so $2,000 in 2022. Do you have CC&Rs? Is there a homeowners association? Okay, what are your fees? What do they cover? Okay, are you a foreigner? Can I put a sign on the property? Do you have any cameras on the property? We check these 2, we check all 4 of those. Next. This is where it gets interesting. Okay, are there any handicap accessible features? Do you have a ramp? Do you have a lift? Do you have an elevator? Do you have extra wide hallways? Do you have an ADA bathroom? We'd hit it there. Okay, appliances. Now we're gonna check what's included. So if they want to exclude the fridge, do not include the fridge here. That will cause confusion, because then we excluded the fridge in the contract, but then the client says, it says the fridge was included in the listing, and it's 2 days before close, and we didn't talk about it, so now it's a problem. You look to see if there's a microwave above it. If the microwave's sitting on the counter, don't check microwave unless they want to leave the microwave. Does that make sense? Right, so like we're checking this, and you're hopefully there, or you've taken pictures, whatever, like you have an idea of what the kitchen looks like. I couldn't find a dishwasher in one of my listings the other day. Is there a dishwasher? Yeah, okay, sorry, just checking. Okay, and then typically it's gonna be like ranch or craftsman. Do you have a basement? Typically it's gonna be none, and then you're not gonna check body type unless it's a metal tent. And then hopefully like there's no common walls unless it's a townhome, that there's 1 common walls. If it's like sandwiched in the middle, there's 2. We always wanna check if it has concrete foundation, concrete and frame, right? And if we don't check either one of these, it's assumed that it's one of these. So very important that you check construction style, because a lot of people will exclude manufactured if they don't want to find that in their search, or maybe they'll include it. So all of these checkboxes are how all the real estate websites scrub the data and then decide what to serve to people based on what they're searching for. So the more you have checked here, the more findable you are in the world. The less you have checked here, the less findable you are in the world. Cooling system, very important. Do you have AC? Most houses do. It's very important to have air conditioning here. And if it doesn't have it, that's a problem. People may search for homes only with AC. And if yours has AC, but you didn't check this little box, they're not gonna find your house. You're not gonna have any showings, and the seller's gonna wonder what's wrong. We get fired. The next guy does the paperwork right and sells the house right away. It could be that stupid. That's why this matters. That's why we're talking about it. Okay, is there a fireplace? Flooring. That's important too. Typically you have carpet, laminate, vinyl. Carpet, laminate, tile, right? What was the flooring in the bathroom, in the kitchen, in the hallways, in the bedrooms? Check these boxes. Okay, boom. It's typically a concrete perimeter foundation, but they also have a stem wall, right? If you have a crawl space, you have a concrete perimeter with a stem wall. Any green building types, you're gonna ask about that. Heat, right? Again, very important. Like some people will look for forced air. They don't want ductless. They don't want just a fireplace. And if we don't check that box, what happens? Nobody finds it. This is super important. Okay, inclusions, everything permanently affixed to the house, like windows, doors, doorknobs, light fixtures. Those are included, okay? Exclusions, is there anything permanently affixed to the house that you want to exclude from the sale? Someone has a Tiffany lamp in the dining room. No, I'm gonna take that lamp out. I would first say, get it out before we list it. But if it's absolutely necessary and you don't wanna pull it off, then we need to make sure it's excluded. We're gonna exclude it here, and then we're gonna make sure it's again excluded in the sales agreement when that comes. So we have to talk about this. So permanently affixed stays unless it's excluded. Personal property, flip the house upside down and shake it. Anything that falls out does not convey unless you include it. Fair? Interior features, right? You got an ass sprayer, breakfast bar, built-in ceiling fan, central vac, double vanity. Most houses have a double vanity. Okay, you should look at every single one of these boxes with your client. And if you don't have time to do it, go back and do it after photos and then call them to make sure you're not missing anything, okay? Is there a little breakfast nook, right? You got the kitchen, you got the little side table, that would be considered a breakfast nook. Is it enclosed? Is there a Jack and Jill bath? That's when there's 2 bedrooms and there's a bathroom in the middle. They can both access. People look for stuff like this. We're checking, like, there's always gonna be like a kitchen, hopefully a living room, hopefully a master. So we're always gonna have some things checked in here. Security features, always check smoke and CO detectors, make sure they have them. Windows is a big deal. Some people only want vinyl windows. They don't want the storm windows, the wood windows, the aluminum, crappy one, single pane. So if it's double pane, check double pane. If they're vinyl, check vinyl, and most of them are low E. If it's a newer house, they're low E. That's just low emissivity. You typically have a utility easement because power got to your house somehow, and that means if the power line breaks, then the power company can dig a hole in your front yard. Exterior features, does it have a pool? Does it have a deck? Does it have a patio? Deck is wood, patio is concrete. RV hookups, right? Power, water, dump. It's where you flush the poo down. And it can be a little bit nauseating to go through this, but it's our job, right? We have to do this. Don't skip this. You got the listing signed already. Now take your time and make sure that you get this right. Irrigation source, lot features, other structures, view is very important. Like if there's a view at all, you need to check boxes, right? Mountains, Cascade Mountains, valley, city. I think city's on here somewhere because people look for views, right? More community features, obviously, right? Public power. And then we're gonna double check if it's on public sewer or a septic, or if it has a sand filter too. Water source, listing terms. Now these, check as many as you can. I pretty much always do cash, conventional, FHA, VA. We do this every day. They find one they like, they read every single detail, every single line, over and over and over again, and then they go take it to their attorney when they feel like they got slighted. Look, what they put fridge is an appliance, and then they didn't sell me the fridge, right? So like, this is like, people obsess over it. Any conditions typically, right? Hopefully it's just standard unless real estate owned or probate, then you would check this stuff and that's kind of it. So please, please, please pay attention to this. It is very important. It is critical to our ability to sell houses. And it seems like a minor detail, but that is literally like how we advertise. Fair?